Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 2, chapter entitled Prayers by Demigods. Prayers by the Demigods. And text 11 and 12. So they both are together. And we don't have a verse displayed. So maybe I will just read both. First we'll go word by word. Text 11. Namadhyeyani kurvanti sthanani chanara bhuvi durgeti bhadrakaliti vijaya vaishnaviti cha. So text 12. Try to repeat after me. Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka iti cha Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharada iti Ambika iti cha. Kumuda Chandika Krishna Madhavi Kanyaketi cha Maya Narayani Shani Sharadeti Ambiketi cha. Kumuda, the name Kumuda. Chandika, the name Chandika. Krishna, the name Krishna. Madhavi, the name Madhavi. Kanyaka iti, the name Kanyaka. Or Kanyakumari. Cha, also. Maya, the name Maya. Narayani, the name Narayani. Ishani, the name Ishani. Sharada, the name Sharada. Iti, thus. Ambika, the name Ambika. Iti, also. Cha, and. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Translation. Lord Krishna blessed Maya Devi by saying, in different places on the surface of the earth, people will give you different names, such as Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharada and Ambika. Purport. Because Krishna and his energy appeared simultaneously, people have generally formed two groups, the Shaktas and the Vaishnavas. And sometimes there is rivalry between them. Essentially, those who are interested in material enjoyment are Shaktas, and those interested in spiritual salvation and attaining the spiritual kingdom are Vaishnavas. Because people are generally interested in material enjoyment, they are interested in worshipping Maya Devi, the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vaishnavas, however, are Shuddha Shaktas or pure Bhaktas, because the Hare Krishna Mahamantra indicates worship of the Supreme Lord's energy, Hara. A Vaishnava prays to the energy of the Lord for the opportunity to serve the Lord along with his spiritual energy. Thus, Vaishnavas all worship such deities as Radha Krishna, Sita Rama, Lakshmi Narayana and Rukmini Dwarakadisha. Whereas Durga Shaktas worship the material energy under different names. The names by which Maya Devi is known in different places have been listed by Vallabhacharya as follows. In Varanasi, she is known as Durga. In Avanti, she is known as Bhadrakali. In Orissa, she is known as Vijaya. In Kulahapura, she is known as Vaishnavi or Mahalakshmi. The representatives of Mahalakshmi and Ambika are present in Bombay. In the country known as Kamarupa, she is known as Chandika. In northern India as Sharada, and in Cape Comorin as Kanyaka. Thus, she is distributed according to various names in various places. Srila Vijayadvaja Tirthapad in his Padaratnavali Tika has explained the meanings of the different representations. Maya is known as Durga because she is approached with great difficulty, as Bhadra because she is auspicious, and as Kali because she is deep blue. Because she is the most powerful energy, she is known as Vijaya. Because she is one of the different energies of Vishnu, she is known as Vaishnavi. And because she enjoys in this material world and gives facilities for material enjoyment, she is known as Kumuda. Because she is very severe to her enemies, the Asuras, she is known as Chandika. And because she gives all sorts of material facilities, she is called Krishna. In this way, the material energy is differently named and situated in different places on the surface of the globe. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vikasa Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. कुमुदा चंडिका कृष्णा माधवी कन्यकेति च माया नारायणीशानि शारदे त्यंबिकेति च. Once again translation. Lord Krishna blessed Maya Devi by saying, in different places on the surface of the earth, people will give you different names, such as Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi, Kumuda, Chandika, Krishna, Madhavi, Kanyaka, Maya, Narayani, Ishani, Sharada, and Ambika. Hare Krishna. So now we are continuing this second chapter of 10th canto. So Bhagavatam is by itself, whichever canto we take, everything is sweet, nectar, and especially this 10th canto, which speaks about pastimes of Krishna, is even more sweeter, much more sweeter. So now here we are seeing how Lord is going to appear. Lord is arranging everything before his appearance. In this chapter, the chapter is entitled as Prayers by the Demigods. And we can see several places chapters entitled as Prayers by the Demigods unto Krishna in the womb. That is also given. So Krishna, when he is in the womb of Devaki, at that time demigods offer their prayers in this chapter. And that actually starts from 26th verse onwards. Demigods, they come to the prison and then they offer prayers to Krishna, who is in the womb of Devaki. But now at present, Krishna is not in the womb of Devaki, rather Balaram, Sankarshana, he is in the womb of Devaki, and Krishna is ordering Yoga Maya to transfer Balaram from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. Very so easily he says, you just go there. He is here in Devaki's womb, and Rohini is somewhere else, and then you go there, and then you just shift from this womb to that womb. So simply he says. I was thinking just like when we have in our mobile phones, we transfer files from one phone to another phone so easily. And for that also there are few requirements that either phones should be kept so close, then only using Bluetooth you can send, or you need some internet connection, then you can send file from one phone to another phone. But sending from one womb to another womb, Krishna, just by his desire, just by his order, he is giving the potency, energy to Yoga Maya, and then he performs. And actually, then I was thinking about this, that scientists, they try so many things. They invented this mobile file transfer like this. Are they trying transfer of child from womb to womb? And actually they are doing that. This is going on for a long time. Prabhupada, so many places he mentions how a baby is transferred from womb to womb for so many lifetimes, even without seeing any light, even without seeing any light, means by abortion. When somebody does abortion, then from the next life, they get inside some womb, and then they are killed inside the womb. They are transferred to another womb. They transfer to another womb. But that womb to womb transfer is, Prabhupada, he used to mention that ghastly, horrible. But here what Yogamaya is doing, we saw a few verses back in the 7th verse, if I remember correctly. There it is mentioned, Yogamaya, what she is doing, she is making everything pleasant. She is creating fearless atmosphere. Even Chittari Prabhu was asking that time that here especially it is mentioned that Yogamaya is creating fearlessness among devotees by going there. How that is happened? By her nature itself. Mahamaya, Durga, by her nature itself, she creates suffering, pain for conditioned jivas. But Yogamaya, by her nature itself, she is pleasant, Shubhadra, auspicious. She creates fearlessness. And especially we will see some kind of incidences also. I think in this chapter, in Purport, Prabhupada mentions about that also from Hari Vamsha, that when this transferring is happening from the womb of Devaki to Rohini, we hear generally Devaki had miscarriage. So everybody was shocked. And at the same time, Rohini also had miscarriage. Rohini was sleeping, and in her dream she felt miscarriage. And then when she woke up, and then she saw that actually miscarriage happened. Then Yogamaya comes there, and then she consoles her. She tells her what is actually happening, that Sankarsana is transferred from Devaki's womb to your womb. You don't worry. So Yogamaya consoles her, pacifies her from her fear. And Prabhupada explains in the purport. This will come, I think, most probably in this chapter only. I remember reading in Krishna book on here. So this transfer is very pleasantly done, very nicely done, just by the order of Lord. And in today's verse, he is saying, okay, by doing that, what is the result? What is going to happen for Yogamaya, Maya Devi, Durga? What is going to happen? So here in today's verse, Lord is blessing her. Once you do that, throughout the surface of the earth, everybody will worship you, glorify you. You will be praised. So these all things, if you see, these are going to happen. These all are things going to happen. Even the transferring of Baladev itself is not yet done. Krishna is ordering her. And once she does that, and later when she appears, after that everybody is going to worship her. So Krishna here is kind of predicting the future. He is foretelling. So Krishna is saying what is going to happen, which normally we cannot do. We cannot foretell. We cannot predict. To some extent we can do. Prabhupada used to tell so many times that we can also predict. For example, now this is March 2nd. So we can foretell, we can predict that next month will be April, and it will be hot summer. Mangoes will be there. Maybe in our ashram they will cook mango rice. So hopefully. So like that we can predict up to some things. Today 6 o'clock sun came, so tomorrow also 6 o'clock sun will come. So like that few things we can predict, but we cannot predict much more. For sure, birth, death, old age, disease, suffering in this material world, like these things we hear. So we know that we can predict that these are things going to happen. But we cannot predict like what Krishna is saying here. He is Supreme Lord. But we also try to predict. I just remembered few things which would have happened in many of us, our lives. I remember in my childhood with my mother, if you want to predict something, what is going to happen in future, what normally generally she does, what many people do, take 2 pieces of papers, write, yes, it will happen. Write in the next paper, no, it will not happen. Roll both the papers or fold it, put in front of Bhagavan, because some pious lady, so keep in front of Bhagavan, and either by herself or call me to pick one paper, and then once you pick and then open, so whatever comes, that is predicted, that will happen. Now, like that we also try to predict and then see what will happen in the future. And similarly, I remember during my school days, there was this football World Cup was going on in 2010, and even from 2008 it was famous that for predicting what will happen in that football match or who will win the World Cup, they had octopus. Yes, they had one octopus called Paul. So the owner of the octopus, the possessor, what he used to do, instead of directly feeding the octopus, he will keep in two bowls, and on top of that bowl, he will put flags of the team those who are going to play today. And then whichever flag the octopus touches, that team will win. And it was happening. Nearly out of 14 matches, 12 matches, the octopus predicted. But after that, it died, which the octopus didn't predict. So like this, people, they try to predict something, what will happen, this, like that, like that. So actually, we can predict. There is Shastra, there is prescribed method for that also. At least some things we can foretell. In Krishna book, when we see about Krishna and Balaram learning so many arts, in that there is a description given that they learned that by seeing signs, one can predict, foretell what is going to happen. Whether something good going to happen or something bad going to happen, like that one can predict. So Prabhupada mentions there that if we see someone carrying a bucket full of water, then something is good going to happen. If we see someone carrying empty bucket, then that is not so good sign. So like that, many signs are given. Prabhupada, in several lectures, we have heard this also, that at the end of the month, Maha, if there is some little rainfall, then one can for sure say that the king is pious. So Prabhupada says these things are also given in, I forgot the name of the book, Kanara Vachana, correct? And this book particularly Prabhupada mentions, Kanara Vachana. Kanara is the name of a woman, and then so her Vachana, she was predicting like this signs she was giving. From where she got the knowledge, Prabhupada in one lecture mentions that her husband was a great astrologer. And astrology, that science is given by Supreme Lord himself. So with that one can predict past, present and future. So from him, from the husband, she heard, and then her Vachana, she gave this. So Prabhupada few places quotes this also. When we read, we can see. So like this, these predictions are done. But what prediction Krishna is doing, this is for sure going to happen. Our prediction may happen, may not happen. We may predict correctly, may not predict correctly. Some of the astrologers using the same astronomy, they may predict correctly. Like when in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see astrologer came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying that, I know past, present and future. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him that, can you predict what was my past life? Then immediately the astrologer closed his eyes, meditated. He said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, what you are saying? I was a cowherd boy. I was maintaining cows and calves. So you are blabbering something. But he was able to predict. Then Prabhupada there also explains elaborately. And even in Prabhupada's life we see, when Prabhupada took birth, immediately an astrologer said, he will be a pure devotee of Krishna. And even precisely he predicted that at the age of 70 he will cross ocean and then he will establish 108 temples. From that we can understand. Astrologers also predicted that what Prabhupada will do in the further years. Like that, so many predictions were done. So from where even those who predict correctly, also from where they got the knowledge? From Krishna. Krishna gives that knowledge. So Krishna is the possessor of that everything. He knows past, present, future, Trikalagnya. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedhana kaschana. There is nothing which I do not know. Krishna knows everything. Even in the second chapter we see Krishna says that we all existed in the past, we all are existing now, we will exist in the future. Krishna remembers everything. Even he remembers that 12 crore years before he spoke Bhagavad Gita to Vivaswan. So that Krishna remembers, and then Krishna tells to Arjuna that I spoke to Vivaswan. Prabhupada in the purport mentions 12 crore years before Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So Krishna can remember past, present, and Krishna knows the future also. So therefore Krishna is predicting, foretelling what is going to happen. So here what he is saying, once Yogamaya performs this activity, what is predicted? In different places on the surface of the earth, you will be praised, you will be worshipped, you will be glorified. You do what I am saying, then later people will worship you, people will glorify you. So this may look like Krishna is buttering, flattering. Like we, sometimes when we want someone to do some work for us, here Krishna is asking Yogamaya to do something in his Leela, that shift Balaram from here to there, so that I will appear here, you appear there. Then no, Krishna explains all the process, but he's kind of taking help. Looks like he's taking help from Yogamaya. He's asking her to do something for him. We also do that, right? Several times we ask devotees, Prabhu, I know you are very busy, but you are the correct person to do this. If you do this work, it will be done very nicely. I think about so many people who I can fix for this work, but like you, no one is there, bro. Yes, because no one else is there, he has to do that. But sometimes we go to him and then we speak like that, and then we glorify. Then devotees, they don't expect glorifications, but it works. Finally, it works. Outside world also we see, when we glorify people, they accept. Prabhupada so many times says that when we go for preaching, what we do? Dhante nidaya tranakam padayor nipatya kritva cha kakashatam etadaham bravimi he sadava shakalameva vihaya durat chaitanya chandra charane kururtanuragam. Keeping grass in the mouth, very humbly we approach. We first call him, hey sadhu. We approach him, sadhu, great person. Sadhu means very great. But what is his actual qualification? Everything useless, bogus. But we praise him, because then they will listen. Then later we tell them, whatever you learned is useless. Throw that. You take the shelter of Gauranga, Chaitanya. Then you will be benefited. So if we glorify, then they start listening. They will do what we are asking. Same thing we saw previously when Vasudeva put so many logical arguments, philosophical arguments to Kamsa. But finally Vasudeva used the astra that, Kamsa, you are so glorious. Everybody praise your glory. So now if you kill a woman, then what will happen to your glory? Then Kamsa thought, yes, it will defame me. So expecting this glorification is nature of demon. Prabhupada explains there. This is quality of Supreme Lord. Actual glorification is meant for Supreme Lord. But when we expect such glorifications, then we are same to the position of Kamsa, demons. Remember Guru Maharaj, a few times I told this. Guru Maharaj, when he gave me initiation in 2011, he gave me name Stava Priya Das. So I got the initiation bead. Even just before offering pranam, Maharaj told me that you are not Stava Priya. Then I thought, what? Just now Maharaj gave me initiation, Stava Priya Das. Now he's saying you are not Stava Priya. Then maybe, I was thinking in my mind, so many things are running. When you are going for initiation, automatically you are a little bit nervous. And Maharaj said something like this, you are not Stava Priya. Then I thought, maybe Maharaj already has given someone name like this, so Maharaj is going to change the name on the spot or what. So many things is running in my mind. And Maharaj said, you are not Stava Priya, but you are Stava Priya Das. Stava Priya means one who likes his own glorification. Stava means glorification or prayers. So Priya means one who likes. So then Maharaj explained also. Maharaj said, you should not be Stava Priya. One should not like his own glorification. You should be Dasa of that who is supposed to be glorified. So you are Stava Priya Das. So that's what we, everybody in this material world expect their own glorification. They want to be glorified. Then someone may do some things, but devotees are not like that. Same thing here. Krishna is not buttering Yogamaya. Yogamaya is also at the same time, she is not expecting such, okay, if I do something for Krishna, this will happen to me. She is a pure devotee of the Lord. Pure devotee is, what to speak of glorification for them, even if there is some defame for them by doing something for Krishna, they are ready to do that. Even by performing some activity to please Krishna, what Krishna is asking, by doing that activity, if some apparent defame will come to them, they are still ready to do that. How many examples we have in scriptures? in that book, I will build you a temple. So I'm reading that. From there, Prabhupada, in one of the lecture, Prabhupada mentions that there is a question they are asking from Chaitanya Charitamritam that Sanatana Goswami, when he bribed and went out of, escaped from the jail. So Prabhupada, is that bribing is right? Can a devotee do that? Uh, Black marketing, can a devotee do that? Is it not wrong? Can a devotee perform? Then Prabhupada immediately mentions that for what purpose did Sanatana Goswami bribe that jailer? For what purpose he did black marketing? To please Krishna, to take shelter of Krishna. So to take shelter of Krishna, if one performs something, there is nothing wrong in that. Rather, if one thinks, okay, I will try to please Krishna also, but at the same time, I don't want to get defamed by the society. I don't want them to criticize me. I will be a good person in the society also. At the same time, I will try to be a devotee also. That is not possible. Then Prabhupada gives the example of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yudhishthira Maharaj, throughout his life, he never said any lie. So he was thinking, no, I'm a truthful person. He was keeping that. And then when Krishna asked him to tell a lie, then Yudhishthira Maharaj, for a moment, he thought, so now can I tell a lie? So he thought, therefore, we know what happened. His chariot came down. Though materially people, they give different explanations. Because he said lie, therefore chariot came down. No. From spiritual definition we hear, no. Because he just hesitated for a moment, his chariot came down. Because from Padma Purana, Prabhupada mentions there a shloka, Mannimittam kritam papam apidharmaya kalpate. When something is done for the pleasure of Krishna, pleasure of Lord, though apparently it may look like papam, kritam papam, but if it is done for Krishna's pleasure, man nimittam, for his pleasure, then what happens? That papam becomes apidharmaya kalpate. That is dharma. So therefore, externally it may look like, what is this? Gopis, in the dead of night, they are leaving their husbands, family, home, children, and then they are coming and meeting Krishna. What a horrible thing. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Brajavadu Vargena Yakalpita. This is the greatest worship. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorifies that. Why? Because that is done fully for the pleasure of Krishna, not with the desire of anything else. So therefore, apparently, it may look like, something may look like that in society, they may defame me. Prabhupada gives so many examples in so many places. Even in our altar, we worship Narsimhadev. When Narsimhadev is killing Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad Maharaj is waiting with garland. Normally when somebody is dead, we put garland to the dead body also. But here Prahlad Maharaj is not waiting to put garland to his father. He is waiting to put garland to his Supreme Lord who is killing his father. So what society will speak? What kind of son he is? Even when somebody criticizes your father, it is expected that you will show some anger. And when someone is killing your father, you will at least try to stop that. What to speak of putting garland and offering prayers? So Prahlad is doing. So devotees, they think about society also, but their main central point is satisfying Krishna. So therefore here we see, when Maya Devi is going to perform this activity, she is not expecting anything. She is just, whatever Krishna is saying, she is ready to do. But Krishna, he is so generous, merciful. What he does, he engages his devotees in his plan, and at the same time, what he does, he gives credit to them. He doesn't take any credit. Krishna is the whole director behind this film. He is making the entire story. He is the full big brain behind this. He is planning. He is selecting the characters. He is informing the characters what they are supposed to do, what is going to happen, and he is not taking any credit. Rather, he is giving credit to others. This is one of the opulence of Bhagavan. 6 out of 6 opulences, one is renunciation. He is completely given up. He is not expecting anything. Whatever he created, whatever he does, he is not expecting anything in return from that. He is generously giving credit to everyone else. So that is what he is doing here to Maya Devi. He is saying, you will be worshipped everywhere. And Prabhupada in the purport, he says that because Krishna and his energy appeared simultaneously, people generally formed two groups. One is Shaktas, another is Vaishnavas. And sometimes there is rivalry between them. And many places we see Prabhupada saying that there are these two kind of people. One is group of Shaktas, worshippers of Shakti, Durga, and another group is worshippers of Vishnu, and they always have fight that who is supreme. First time when I was reading that, then I thought, no, in South India we see always there is fight between worshippers of Shiva and worshippers of Vishnu, who is supreme. But later when we read Prabhupada books, we can see, especially in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in several places Prabhupada mentions that in Bengal side, in northern India side, and especially in Bengal, if we see there, people give preference, priority to Shakti, Shaktas, they are more. And then there, always this Vaishnavas and Shaktas, they have this kind of rivalries sometimes happens. So now Krishna is blessing her that people will worship you in so many forms, in different places, in different names also you will be recognized. And Acharyas Prabhupada gave in the purport from commentaries of Vijayadvaja Tirtha and also from Vallabhacharya that why these different names are there. With particular name means particular action is done. The names are given accordingly, according to the action of such a person, then names are given according in Vedic system. So similarly here also we see different names are given to her according to her different activities. Especially here we see the name kind of Maya, Krishna. She gives material facilities. She is very easily she gives whatever her worshippers, followers they ask for. So therefore, people generally they go to Shakti also. They worship these forms so that they can get whatever benedictions they want. So we know Shakti Durga is wife of Shiva, and as Shiva is Ashutosh, very easily he is pleased, at the same time very easily he can get angry also. And when he is very easily pleased, he immediately gives things. So Prabhupada mentions that Durga being wife of Shiva, she also very easily, readily, she is ready to give whatever material blessings her devotees ask for. So therefore they go and worship her. And several times they think that some people they think Shaktas, Vaishnavas, they all are on same level, or Shaktas are higher. But we can see the kind of worship what is happening. Vaishnavas, those who worship Vishnu, Krishna, or Shaktas, those who worship Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Kumuda, Durga. For what purpose they are worshipping? What is their goal? For what reason they are worshipping? If we see all the Shaktas, when they approach their beloved Lord, God, Goddess, they worship, they ask for material benefits. And worshippers of Krishna, Vaishnavas, they worship for pure devotion. Though when one comes newly to Krishna consciousness, or when one enters to Krishna Bhakti, initially he may be a neophyte devotee, have different desires, but it's expected that he will come to the pure devotional service stage. But the devotees of Shaktas, they stay on the same platform. They worship only for material benefits. Prabhupada, this also we see several places. Prabhupada says that in the Bengal, when the worshippers of Shaktas, they do Kali Kirtan, Kali Bhajan, and Kali Puja, like so many things they do. In scriptures, it is mentioned that one must do Kirtan, but Kirtan means that is only for Vishnu. That Kirtan is only as given. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Kirtanam means Vishnu Kirtan, Krishna Kirtan. Nowhere it is mentioned that Shiva Kirtan or Kali Kirtan, but they are doing. But Kirtana means that is for the glorification of Lord. Similarly, Bhakti. Bhakti is also only for Krishna. When someone says that I am really devoted to Durga, I am really devoted to Shiva, I am a Shiva Bhakta, I am a Kali Bhakta. No. You are not a Shiva Bhakta, you are not a Kali Bhakta, because Bhakti cannot be performed to Shiva or Kali. In Watering the Seed book, Giriraj Maharaj, he narrates conversation between one person and Prabhupada. So Giriraj Maharaj, we know, Prabhupada asked him to go to Chennai and then preach Krishna consciousness there. So when Giriraj Maharaj came there, he was asking people that whom he can meet and then who will be a good person to start up with Krishna consciousness. So he got many people details, and then he got a particular name recommended. The name was Dr. Radha Krishna or Ramakrishna? Radha Krishna. Ramakrishna. Sorry, just not Ramakrishna. So then Giriraj Maharaj approached that person. He was a very wealthy man and he was a so-called devotee of Shiva. So Giriraj Maharaj went there, started preaching to him, and immediately he said, Krishna is supreme. And this wealthy man, he said, no, Shiva is supreme. Then both of them started verbally arguing so much, back and forth, back and forth. Then Giriraj Maharaj said, okay, in 2 weeks of time, my spiritual master is coming here. So at that time, let us ask his opinion. We both of us, let us be present there. So after 2 weeks, Prabhupada comes to Chennai and they meet. So same question is posted to Prabhupada, presented in front of Prabhupada. And Prabhupada took the answer in different direction. Prabhupada didn't enter into the fight of who is supreme. Prabhupada said, see, there are two words. One is puja and one is bhakti. Puja means when you worship someone to get something in return. Normally, we say this also. People, they think bhakti, then they come to temple, they will pray, please, oh Ganapati, please do this favor for me, I will break 100 coconuts for you. So people come and do, this is business, this is not bhakti, we say like that. Prabhupada here says, this is called puja. You can call it as puja. You cannot call it as bhakti. So when you are expecting something in return and you are worshipping that person, that is called puja. So that is what done by devotees of Shiva or devotees of Durga to Shiva and Durga. So you can call it as Shiva puja, Durga puja, Kali puja. That is the word we are hearing. We never heard Shiva bhakti, Durga bhakti. Sometimes people may use, but we always see Kali puja is going on here, Shiva puja is going on here. We never hear Vishnu puja, Krishna puja. We say Krishna bhakti, Vishnu bhakti. So Prabhupada mentions bhakti is only meant for the pleasure of Krishna. Because there is nothing expected in return. So then immediately this wealthy man, he asks, but what if I do devotion to Shiva, not expecting anything in return? Will that not become bhakti? As you are saying, to Vishnu, when you do something not expecting in return, that is bhakti. Same thing I do with Shiva. Then Prabhupada replied that is very rare. That is very, very rare. And Prabhupada gives an example of a man entering liquor shop. If somebody enters inside liquor shop, what he is going to do? He is going to purchase liquor. If he is going to do something else, that is very rare. That some Krishna devotees may do, like Nityananda Prabhu, when he enters, or some other devotees, when we enter. Several times we see, I remember going sometimes book distribution with Nateshwar Narottam Prabhu party, that time when I was in school days, small boy. So when we were going to book distribution, I was with Prabhuji, then we were doing shop by shop, then there was liquor shop. Then I went ahead of Prabhuji, crossing the liquor shop, went to next shop. Then Prabhu called me, where you are going? We will go to this shop. Then I said, Prabhu, liquor shop. So what we will do there? Prabhu said, no, we will go, we have to benefit everyone. Then we entered inside the liquor shop and he distributed books there. So apparently when somebody from outside, they see, they may think, what is these people are doing? But devotee of Krishna, he may enter for different purpose. But others, when they are entering, though they may put 3 lines or whatever, they may look very pious person, but when he is coming out from there, immediately it is understood that they are went inside for something. So same, when someone worship Kali or Shiva, they are expecting something in return. So pure devotional service is not possible. And even if one performs that, that is not the nature of Jiva. The nature of Jiva is to be servant of Krishna. No one else. So even you may do that, but that is not proper. And most of the places we are seeing that their bhakti, now we were discussing about the bhakti of Prahlad Maharaj, bhakti of Gopis, bhakti of Yudhishthira Maharaj, like that we were seeing. We can see the bhakti, so-called bhakti of Shaktas and Shiva. Prabhupada, this story also he so many times narrates that there was a Kali Bhakta. He went in front of Kali and as usual business, he went in front of her, begged for something that please, I want this to happen. You please fulfill my desire. Then I will offer you a goat. So he offered that, he prayed that, he went back. Whatever he prayed that happened. So normally what people do when they pray for something, if that happens, they don't come back to temple again till they want the next item to be presented in front of Lord. So he comes, after a long time, he comes back to temple. He's offering pranam. For his surprise, Kali starts speaking. She's asking him, hey, last time when you came, you prayed for something and you said if that happens, you will offer me a goat. So you got your desire fulfilled. Then why you are not offering me a goat? He said, goat is very costly. How can I offer goat? I am a very poor person. Then Kali replied, oh, goat is costly. Okay, then at least offer me a pig. Pig is cheap. So then this person says, okay, I will do that. He offers pranam, goes back. Again, he doesn't come back immediately. After a long time, he comes back. So when he comes back, immediately Kali is asking him back that, where is your pig? You're supposed to come with the pig to give me sacrifice. Then it is very difficult to find pig. I searched everywhere, but it was very difficult to find. Then Kali is saying, oh, it was very difficult. Okay, then at least give me something which is very easily available. Now where you are standing, you can see there are so many flies flying around you. At least offer me that fly. Then what did this fellow reply? Same flies are flying around you also. So if you want that fly, then why don't you yourself catch the flies? Why I have to catch the fly and offer to you? You yourself catch the fly. Then Prabhupada says, this is the love they have. This is their love. So when their desires are not fulfilled, then their love is clearly visible how much love they have. Their love is with expectation. God, give me this, give me that, give me my bread, give me my food, give me my shelter. So when one approaches God, thinking that God is his father, or this you can take in a business manner, or in some way we can see some people, they say that God is our supreme father. So we should ask everything to our father. Or here we can see Shaktas. They are worshipping God, the supreme God, as their mother. So worshipping God as father or mother, people generally think this is the topmost level. But higher than that is worshipping God as one's son. Worshipping Krishna. Because when we worship the Supreme Person as a God, as Father, as worshippers of Shiva or Christianity, many places they think, or here Shaktas, they think worshipping the Supreme Person as Mother. When you worship as Father or Mother, then what happens? You are asking them something. You are taking service from them. Because normally Father and Mother, they do service to their children. But when we worship Supreme Lord as Son, then what happens? We are ready to engage in his service at all the times. We are eagerly waiting what order he will give, what service he will ask from me. Then immediately I will do that. So that is what here Yoga Maya, she is waiting for the Lord to order, give her some order. So immediately here Lord is ordering. And just a few more things from the purport. Prabhupada mentions, because people are generally interested in material enjoyment, they are worshipping Maya Devi, the energy of the Supreme Lord. And they don't know that this energy is subordinate to Krishna, to the Supreme Lord. Here we see Lord is ordering her and she is executing. Whatever she is performing, it is under the directions. Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Bibarti Durga Ichhanu Rupam. By the desire of Lord, by the order of the Lord, she is doing. And the devotees, they know that. Everybody, Shiva, Durga, Ganapati, Muruga, Surya, everybody is working under the will of Supreme Lord. So if I satisfy the Supreme Lord, then everybody is pleased. If I serve the Supreme Lord, then everybody is served. If I worship the Supreme Krishna, then everybody is worshipped. So Prabhupada in the purport continues that how by worshipping Krishna, Durga is worshipped. Prabhupada says that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra indicates the worship of Supreme Lord's energy. So Shakti is Supreme Lord's energy. So by worshipping Krishna, by this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra, we are worshipping Shakti. We are begging her, we are asking her. What we are asking? Asking her to engage us in the service of the Lord. In that way we are worshipping her. In that way, when we worship Krishna, everybody is worshipped. And so we are also Shaktas. Prabhupada mentions in the purport, we are Shuddha Shaktas. We are pure devotees, pure bhaktas. Prabhupada mentions Shuddha Shaktas. So when Krishna is worshipped, then everybody is worshipped, everybody is pleased, everything is within Krishna. Recently I was hearing one lecture there, Prabhupada was comparing this example to something else, but we could relate here also. Prabhupada was mentioning that if someone learns arithmetic in mathematics from 0 to 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If he learns just these 10 numbers, 0 to 9, then that means he knows everything. Because everything is combination of these numbers only. Either you put 1 in the front or 0 back, 9, 8, like the combinations of these 0 to 9 numbers. So similarly, if one knows Krishna, then he knows everything, Prabhupada says in that lecture. So similarly, if one worships Krishna, then he worships everyone. Everyone is worshipped automatically. No need to worship them separately. No need to water separately. Just to water the root, then everybody will be pleased. And here, therefore, we see so many names are there. People know Durga, Bhadrakali, Vijaya, Vaishnavi. All these names, Durga is worshipped. People know in different places. And Krishna is also one of the names. So when I first read Prabhupada's books, then only I came to know that Krishna is name of Durga. At that time, I didn't know about the diacritics, that line up. I was thinking what Krishna refers to Krishna also and Krishna refers to Durga also. What is this? Then only when this elongated Krishna, that refers to Durga. So this is Sanskrit, very tricky. So sometimes we may mispronounce and then refers to someone else, something else. I told this also before one time that I was in this Damodar Ashtakam. I used to sing this line, Iti Drikshva Leelabir. I was singing Iti Drikshva Leelabir. Very nicely. Iti Drikshva Leelabir Ananda Kunde. I was singing very nicely, and then one devotee called me. What you are singing? I said, oh, this line, Iti Drikshva Leelabir. Singing and all you are doing very nicely, but you know what? The meaning of what you are singing. Then I said, Prabhu, you tell. He said, oh Lord, your dog-like pastimes. I said, what dog-like pastimes? Then he said, see, you are saying Iti Drik Shwa Leelabir. It is not Shwa Leelabir, it is Iti Drik Swa Leelabir. Swa Leelabir means your pastimes. If you mention as Shwa, Shwa means Shwapacha. We so many places we have seen dog. So your dog-like pastimes. And I realized, oh, sorry, bro, I didn't know that. Similarly, there was another correction done to me by one small boy. So after Guru Puja Kirtan, Prema Dwani I was saying, so Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, like that I was saying. After finishing everything, Keshava Madhav Prabhu's first son, what is his name? Venugopal. Venugopal came to me and then he called me, Prabhu, you are saying Gadadhara. It is not Gadadhara, Prabhu, it is Gadadhara. What is this Gadadhara? Then he himself explained, Prabhu, Gadadhara means Gada. Gada means, we know, mace, Gada. When you say Gadha, that H, if you add that, becomes donkey. So he said, Prabhu, instead of holder of Gada, you are saying holder of donkey. Then I said, okay, thank you. Then I tried to rectify, small things which actually changes completely, meaning differently. Same thing here, Krishna. Krishna refers to Durga, Draupadi. So Just when I read that name, then I was thinking few of these incidences. Hare Krishna. So I'll conclude here. If any questions, comments, there was only just names. So first paragraph of purport I took and then some things explained. I didn't know, did not know the details of these names. Didn't speak about the names. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. So the question is, here now we are seeing about worship of Durga and Vishnu we are discussing. So Prabhu asked that generally we see in Vedic tradition also people they have their Kula Devata worship. So some of them they have Durga, Kali, or some of them Parvati, Lakshmi, like that they have their Kula Devatas, and family members, they also push us, we should do this worship, we should do that. And in Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita also he speaks about family tradition, one should perform that. So now, as practicing devotees, we face this. So many relatives they come and tell us that this worship must be done. So how to understand and then what to do in the situation. So this Kula Devata worship, these all are given in scriptures. So one may think, scriptures directly it could have given the worship of Vishnu, Krishna, and then everything is solved. If only one Kula Devata, Vishnu, Krishna are given, then it's solved. Why then so much of confusion? Why Lord himself gave Vedas? Then why did he put so much confusion? So people they ask this question also. We see from Chaitanya Charitamrita there is a verse, Loke Vyavaya Mishamadya Seva Nitya Hi Jantor Nahi Tatra Chodana. People in this material world, they are into so many things. People are into drinking, people are into meat eating, people are doing so many things which are not supposed to be done by human beings. For the standard of human beings, these things are not supposed to be done. Drinking, meat eating, illicit sex, so many things. So now people are into it. Now to bring them to Krishna consciousness immediately is difficult. We give this example so many times. Like if somebody is a chain smoker, he is smoking daily 70 cigarettes per day. He goes to doctor. Then what doctor tells him? Sir, you reduce to 50. And next person is there who is daily smoking 20 cigarettes. He is also visiting doctor and doctor is telling him, you stop smoking cigarette. So for one person, doctor is saying you smoke 50. For another person, he is saying don't smoke. Why these different instructions doctor is giving? Ultimately, doctor wants to bring both of them to smoking 0 cigarettes. But according to their position, doctor wants to gradually bring. Immediately at one step, if he tells the person who is smoking 70 cigarettes, if he tells immediately you stop, that person will not listen. Same thing, those who are completely grossly immersed in tamoguna, to bring them to Shuddha Sattva at once is very difficult. And if we give them instructions, they will not follow also. So gradually they have to be brought up. So therefore this meat eating, this worshipping, this meat eating, drinking, okay, you can do. When you can do? Just few days back in Prabhupada lecture, Monday we were hearing. You can kill a goat, you can eat, but how? You offer that as sacrifice to Goddess Durga. You go to her temple once in a month, you do that. There are so many restrictions given not to encourage people to do that, to make it 0. So now for that purpose they will go and worship Durga, they will go and worship different devatas for different material purposes. But ultimately the goal is to one by one they do that, then later they understand, okay, I am killing this goat, but what I am telling, I am saying in the ears of the goat that what mantra I am chanting, now I am killing you, in next life you can kill me. So like this, when he is doing for so many times, then at one point of time, something will strike in his mind. Just for the pleasure of tongue, for little bit of meat, I am doing this. So let me give this up. So then he starts listening, then he starts being more pious. Then gradually he elevates and comes to, ultimately these all are given for what? To bring him to the platform of worshipping Vishnu. So now when we come to Krishna consciousness and directly get this message of engage in Krishna consciousness, engage in the worship of Krishna, So that is enough. No need to separately go and do worship of other demigods. When your relatives they call you, come, we will go and worship. We have to do this family function. We will go and worship this deity. You tell them, okay, for sure we will do that family function, but we will keep Krishna in center. Even for forefathers, when we are offering Shraddha, outside people they have so many concepts, so many things. But what we do, we keep Krishna photo, Prabhupada photo, we do bhajan, kirtan, we make offering. First offer to Bhagavan and then offer to the departed soul. And then we distribute. Not like what normally people they do. Similarly they go to Kuladevata temple, they kill something and then they offer directly to the person who departed. Then from his prasadam we should take. Then he will also get more sin, you will also get more sin. So all these things, worship, everything is given in scriptures ultimately to bring one to the worship of Vishnu and Krishna. And when one already has that knowledge, then directly we worship. We don't worship them. And in case if we have to go to that temple due to relatives, we can enter there and then we pray to them that like you, how you are serving the Supreme Lord, I also should serve. So like that, few things we can do, but ultimately this is our understanding that we don't separately, no need to worship Kula Devatas. And we know so many examples we see in Govardhan Leela also we can see. Even if that Kula Devata in case, if they get angry on you, if they want to completely destroy you, if we are under the shelter of Krishna, if we surrender to him, then he will protect. So there is nothing to fear of that also, nothing to worry about that also. Even in case if the Devata get bewildered and then completely wants to devastate, destroy everything, still Krishna will protect. So maybe in that way Krishna may shower more mercy on us. So, anything else to add? Any other comment, question? Here in the purport it is mentioned that she is called Durga because she is approached with great difficulty. So can you explain? When I read that I thought Prabhupada so many places mentioned that this material world is Durga, fort. So to get out of this material world is very difficult. And then Prabhupada gives so many layers are there around this material world. Each layer is 10 times thicker, bigger. So when one wants to get out of this jail, it is not so easy. Not so easily one can cross over her power. Everyone is under her control. So we cannot, even in this material world, we can see jail, all the jail walls will be so high. One cannot jump and escape easily. So what to speak of crossing, escaping this material jail. So Durga is protecting that heavily. So therefore approaching her, crossing over this is very difficult. This is what I thought of. Anything else to add to that? Yes. We'll finish with this already late. Example of Jada Bharat. Yes. So regarding this Kula Devata worship, Jagadishwar Prabhu is commenting that in Jadabharata incident, we can see from Bhagavatam, when they took him to sacrifice, they wanted to sacrifice for their Kula Devata. At that time, Supreme Lord protected him. Supreme Lord did not allow, okay, Kula Devata worship is must, so let them sacrifice, like that he didn't allow. There also in Jadabharata incident also this regarding sacrifice, worshipping of Durga, everything is explained so much elaborately. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki